The battle is won, but the cost is undeniable. As the HFY ships fall from the sky in flames, the survivors on Earth feel a mixture of triumph and grief. Humanity has defeated the most advanced alien species they have ever encountered, but the victory has been hard-earned. The creature, once abandoned and feared, has become the symbol of Earth's resilience. No longer a pet or a weapon, it is now a hero, a being that chose to stand by humanity and fight for its survival. Dr. Ford and the remaining soldiers watch as the HFY forces retreat, their ships disappearing into the distant stars. The war is over, but the emotional toll is immense. The losses they have suffered, friends, comrades, loved ones, will never be forgotten. Yet, in the midst of all the destruction, there is hope. The creature, having saved them all, now stands as a reminder of what they fought for: survival, unity, and the strength to overcome the greatest of odds. The creature's psychic abilities have been instrumental in turning the tide, and it has proven that it is no longer a threat, but an ally, a protector. As Dr. Ford looks at the creature, she sees more than just the alien being, it is her companion, her equal. It was once feared, abandoned, and seen as dangerous, but now, it is embraced by humanity. Dr. Ford feels a deep sense of gratitude for the creature, knowing that without it, Earth might have faced annihilation. The creature, in turn, looks back at Dr. Ford with a silent understanding. They have fought side by side, and though they have both been scarred by the war, they have emerged stronger. The surviving soldiers, still reeling from the emotional toll of the battle, begin to celebrate their victory. They know the cost of their triumph, but they also understand the importance of what they've achieved. Humanity has proven that it can stand against the most powerful foes, and that even in the face of overwhelming odds, there is always hope. The creature, once an outcast, is now an inseparable part of the human team. Together, they stand tall, knowing that they have secured a future for Earth, a future in which they are no longer alone in the universe. The final moments of the story offer a bittersweet resolution. As the last of the HFY ships vanish into the void, Dr. Ford stands beside the creature, who is now fully embraced by humanity. The war is over, but the emotional weight of the journey lingers in the air. Dr. Ford's heart aches for those they've lost: Bonner, the soldiers who gave their lives, and the countless innocent civilians who perished in the war. But at the same time, she knows that the sacrifices made have led to a brighter future for Earth. The creature, who was once abandoned and feared, now plays a crucial role in the defense of Earth. No longer just a strange alien entity, it has evolved into something more: a protector, a friend, and a symbol of hope. Dr. Ford realizes that the creature's journey is far from over. It has found its place among humans, and together, they will defend the world from any future threats. The creature no longer carries the burden of being an outcast. It is no longer alone. In the final scene, the creature stands with Dr. Ford and the surviving soldiers, looking up at the stars. The vastness of space seems less intimidating now. Instead of feeling lost and abandoned in the universe, the creature feels a sense of belonging. It is no longer a weapon, nor is it a pet. It is a being with a purpose, surrounded by humans who have given it a new home. The stars, once a cold, distant place, now represent a future full of possibilities. The creature, with its glowing form, no longer fears the unknown. It knows that with the humans by its side, it will always have a place on Earth, and together, they will protect their home from whatever may come. In one moment of pure tension, Captain Bonner throws himself in front of Dr. Ford to protect her from a HFY warrior's lethal strike. The impact is fatal, and Bonner falls to the ground, his sacrifice giving the team just enough time to break through to the central control room. Dr. Ford is devastated by the loss of her close friend and ally, but there is no time to mourn. She pushes forward, determined to see the mission through, knowing that Bonner's sacrifice will not be in vain. Finally, they reach the command center, where Dr. Ford and the creature must work together to disable the HFY fleet. The creature's abilities reach their peak as it manipulates the alien technology, shutting down the ship's systems and sending the mothership into chaos. The HFY forces begin to falter as their fleet loses coordination, but it comes at a cost. The creature's energy reserves are nearly depleted, and it collapses to the ground, exhausted. As the ship begins to break apart around them, Dr. Ford and the surviving members of the team make a daring escape. The mothership is on the verge of exploding, and they must race against time to get back to their spacecraft before it's too late. The final moments are a blur of high-speed chases, narrow escapes, and explosive action as they manage to reach safety just in time. The mission is a success, but at a great cost. The HFY are wounded, their fleet in disarray, and humanity has gained a crucial victory. But the creature, having used all its energy, is near death. Dr. Ford holds it in her arms, watching as its glowing form flickers faintly. The battle is over, but at what cost? The fate of the creature and the future of humanity now hang in the balance. The battle reaches a critical turning point when Captain Bonner, the steadfast military ally and protector of Dr. Ford, is tragically killed. His death happens during a desperate attempt to disable the alien mothership's main weapon, which has the power to obliterate any remaining human resistance. The strike to the heart of the HFY fleet is crucial, but it comes at an unimaginable cost. As Captain Bonner throws himself into the path of a HFY soldier's attack to save Dr. Ford, the audience feels the weight of his sacrifice. His actions are not just heroic, they are personal. Bonner's death leaves a hole in Dr. Ford's heart, and the remaining members of the team are shaken to the core. The loss of such a significant character changes the course of the battle. Dr. Ford, devastated by the loss of her closest ally, becomes even more determined. But now, the pain of the loss fuels her resolve. Her grief transforms into a deeper bond with the creature, the one being that has been with her through every difficult step of this mission. No longer is the creature just an alien pet, an unpredictable being feared by many. Dr. Ford now sees it for what it truly is, a sentient being with emotions, capable of love, loyalty, and even sacrifice. The creature has been her companion, and through their trials, it has shown more compassion and bravery than anyone could have expected. In this emotionally charged moment, Dr. Ford realizes that the creature has grown beyond the label of pet. It has become her equal, an entity capable of both immense power and deep vulnerability. And as she looks into its alien eyes, she understands that it shares her grief, her fear, and her hope. Together, they form an unbreakable bond, a bond that will be tested in the most harrowing way imaginable. At the same time, the HFY continue their relentless assault, showing no signs of mercy. Their leader, a ruthless and calculating figure, believes that humanity is insignificant and unworthy of survival. He views the creature as nothing more than a failed experiment, a discarded tool that must be reclaimed. His cold, detached attitude toward the lives of others only sharpens the contrast between him and the creature, whose humanity, even in its alien form, is undeniable. The HFY leader sees the creature as a mere weapon, while Dr. Ford and the creature recognize it as something far more valuable. In an emotionally charged confrontation, the HFY leader faces off with Dr. Ford and the creature. The leader, seeing the creature as his property, demands that it be handed over, or he will unleash the full force of the HFY fleet on Earth. But Dr. Ford, fueled by the loss of Bonner and the knowledge of the creature's true worth, refuses to back down. She stands firm in the face of overwhelming odds, vowing to protect the creature at all costs. As military drones close in, their targeting systems locking onto the creature's position, the tension builds. The drones begin to circle overhead, their weaponry poised to fire. The creature looks up at them, then at Dr. Ford. For a brief second, their gazes lock, and it's as if the creature is trying to communicate something beyond words, a feeling of isolation, of being abandoned. Just as the drones prepare to strike, the creature does something that takes everyone by surprise. It opens its mouth, and an invisible force pulses from its body, creating a shockwave that knocks the drones out of the sky. The machines fall like birds struck by an unseen hand, their systems fried in an instant. The soldiers watch in awe, realizing they're dealing with something far more powerful than they initially thought. This act of power only adds to the confusion. Is the creature a threat, or is it simply defending itself? The question lingers, unanswered. The military wants to strike, but Dr. Ford is not so sure. She begins to argue with the higher-ups, telling them that there is something more to the creature, something human in its actions. She is convinced that the creature's abilities can be harnessed for good, not destruction, but not everyone agrees. The tension builds as the creature, seemingly unaware of the conflict it's causing, continues its journey through the city. Its path is one of confusion, and it seems to be drawn to Dr. Ford. She follows, cautiously, not knowing whether this will end in a peaceful resolution or a violent encounter. The audience, caught between the conflicting emotions of fear and curiosity, is left on the edge of their seats. What is the creature's true purpose? Is it an innocent being, abandoned by its creators, or is it a dangerous weapon that could spell disaster for humanity? As the camera pans out, the question lingers in the air: will humanity protect this creature, or will they destroy it? The suspense is palpable, and viewers are left with a choice: will they trust in the creature's humanity, or will they give in to their fear and end its life before it can reveal its true nature? In these opening moments, the stage is set for an epic struggle, one that will test the limits of humanity's compassion and courage. The audience is left hanging on the edge, eager to see what will happen next. Will Dr. Ford be able to prove the creature's worth to the world, or will it become the enemy everyone fears? The tension is thick, and the story has only just begun. The aftermath of the creature's unexpected arrival on Earth has left the entire world in a state of panic and uncertainty. News outlets across the globe are broadcasting the event, and every government has mobilized its military forces to deal with the creature. For days, experts, scientists, and political leaders argue over what to do. Some call for immediate destruction, fearing the creature could be part of an invasion, while others want to study it, believing it holds the key to unlocking unknown alien technologies. The creature, however, remains calm. It does not show signs of aggression or malice. Instead, it roams through the city, its psychic abilities creating strange, mesmerizing effects on the environment. When people approach it, they feel a sense of unease, as if it is testing them, trying to understand whether it can trust them. The city is divided. Some believe it's simply a misunderstood being, while others think it's a dangerous weapon waiting to strike. Amidst this chaos, Dr. Emily Ford stands at the center of the storm. As a scientist with years of experience studying extraterrestrial life, she is one of the few people who see the creature as more than a threat. She is fascinated by it, drawn to its mysterious nature. She tries to understand it, studying its movements, its behavior, and trying to communicate with it. Though initially the creature shows no sign of interest in Dr. Ford, over time, she notices subtle changes. It begins to follow her with its gaze, almost as if it recognizes her presence. One evening, as Dr. Ford approaches the creature in the city's outskirts, something remarkable happens. She speaks to it softly, and to her surprise, the creature responds. Not with words, but through a telepathic connection. A flood of fragmented memories bursts into Dr. Ford's mind, images of distant stars and alien landscapes, followed by flashes of pain and fear. She sees the creature's creators, a race of advanced beings, cold and calculating, abandoning the creature after a failed experiment. They had created it to be a weapon, but something went wrong. Its powers were too volatile, too unpredictable. So, they discarded it, leaving it to wander the universe alone, stranded on Earth by sheer accident. Together, they stand in the quiet aftermath of war, both changed by the events that have unfolded. Dr. Ford feels a deep sense of gratitude for the creature, knowing that without it, Earth would have been lost. But there is also a deep sense of hope. The future, though uncertain, now holds the possibility of something greater. Humanity has proved itself capable of standing against the most advanced alien species. And in doing so, they have gained not only a powerful ally but a reminder of what it means to be truly human. The creature, once abandoned and feared, now represents the best of both worlds, human and alien. The final scene is one of reflection and healing. As the camera pans out, Dr. Ford stands beside the creature, both of them looking up at the stars. The vastness of space no longer feels as cold and distant. The creature, once abandoned to wander the stars alone, now feels at peace. It is no longer a lost being adrift in an unfamiliar universe. Surrounded by the humans who saved it, the creature knows it has found a place to belong. It has a home now, and with that home comes a sense of purpose. For Dr. Ford, standing beside the creature, this moment marks the beginning of a new chapter. Earth is not just a planet of humans anymore. It is a place where different species can coexist, where understanding and compassion can overcome fear and distrust. The creature, once an alien terror, is now part of humanity's future. Its abilities will continue to play a key role in Earth's defense, ensuring that future generations will never forget the lessons learned in the battle for survival. As Dr. Ford watches the creature look up at the stars, she is filled with both a sense of peace and anticipation. The future is unknown, and there are still many challenges to face. But for the first time, the stars no longer feel like a place of isolation. They are a symbol of possibility, of hope. And the creature, standing beside her, is ready to face whatever comes next. The final shot shows the creature, glowing softly in the twilight, its eyes reflecting the stars above. It has found its place among humans, no longer a threat, no longer abandoned. It is part of a new family, one that will protect this world together. The camera pulls back, leaving the creature and Dr. Ford standing side by side, gazing up at the endless sky. The story ends on this hopeful note, as humanity and the alien creature stand united, ready to face whatever challenges the universe may bring. They are no longer alone, they have found their place in the vastness of space, together. As the story reaches its final moments, the message becomes clear: sometimes, the beings we fear the most, those that seem alien, dangerous, or beyond our understanding, hold the greatest potential for good. Through the trials of battle, sacrifice, and survival, humanity learns that compassion and the willingness to look beyond the surface can change the course of history. The alien pet, once abandoned by its creators and feared by humanity, has evolved from an unknown threat into an unexpected hero. It proves, without a doubt, that no one, no matter how misunderstood, should ever be written off as beyond redemption. The journey of the creature, from being discarded and left to roam a hostile world alone, to finding a place among humans, is a powerful symbol of hope and growth. It reflects a deep truth about humanity: despite our flaws, we have the capacity to see beyond fear, to extend a hand of friendship even to those who may seem radically different from us. The creature was initially seen as a weapon, a tool for destruction, much like how the world often views things it doesn't understand, through suspicion and fear. But by looking deeper, by engaging with the creature and listening to its silent cries for help, Dr. Ford and the soldiers around her discovered something extraordinary. They found a being capable of love, sacrifice, and loyalty, qualities that transcend species, that bind all living creatures together. The theme of understanding the unknown plays a crucial role in this story. The HFY, the alien species who originally created the creature, saw it as nothing more than an experiment gone wrong, a failure to be discarded without a second thought. To them, it was expendable, no more than a tool to be used for their gain. But to humanity, the creature became something entirely different. It was a lesson in compassion, an opportunity to redefine what it means to be an ally, a protector, and a friend. The creature was not just an alien pet, it was a reflection of humanity's own struggles, its own capacity for change and growth. Throughout the story, we see the creature's gradual transformation. Dr. Ford feels a deep sympathy for the creature. It is not a monster, she realizes, but a living being that has suffered unimaginable loss. She vows to protect it, believing that its abilities could be used for good, not destruction. But the world is not as ready to see the creature the way she does. The military, still fearing the worst, launches a full-scale operation to either capture or eliminate the alien pet. They are convinced that if the creature's species were to return, it would seek revenge on humanity for abandoning its kind. Dr. Ford argues with her superiors, pleading for more time to study the creature and try to form a bond with it. But the pressure from the military is too great. The government is divided, with many insisting that the alien must be destroyed before its creators can return. The public is also divided. Some support Dr. Ford's belief that the creature deserves a chance, while others demand its immediate termination. The situation becomes increasingly tense, and the clock is ticking. The creature has no idea that it is at the center of a global debate over its fate. In the midst of this chaos, something far worse arrives, an alien species known as the HFY. Their ships appear in the skies, enormous and foreboding. The HFY are a ruthless and highly advanced alien race, their technology far surpassing anything humanity has ever seen. Their ships are sleek, their weapons powerful, and their demeanor is cold and calculating. The HFY are not here to negotiate, they have come to reclaim what they see as their property, the abandoned creature. As their fleet hovers above Earth, the HFY broadcast a chilling message to the humans below. Their leader, a towering alien with glowing eyes, speaks in a voice that echoes across the planet. Humanity has two choices, the alien declares. Hand over the failed experiment, the pet, or face annihilation. The message is clear and terrifying. The HFY view the creature as nothing more than a tool, a weapon that failed them, and they are determined to take it back, regardless of the cost. The humans are caught off guard. Despite their own military strength, they are no match for the overwhelming power of the HFY. The aliens have advanced technology capable of wiping out entire cities with a single strike. The threat of annihilation hangs in the air, and the world watches, paralyzed with fear. Dr. Ford refuses to give up on the creature. She continues to study it in secret, learning more about its abilities and the bond she is forming with it. She begins to believe that the creature might be the key to saving humanity from the HFY. But the situation is becoming more dire. The HFY are closing in, demanding the creature's return, and the military has its orders. They are preparing for a full-scale war against the alien invaders. Dr. Ford's attempts to communicate with the HFY are met with hostility. The HFY dismiss her efforts, viewing humans as nothing more than inferior beings. They give a final ultimatum: the creature must be handed over within 24 hours, or Earth will face total destruction. The countdown begins, and Dr. Ford realizes the stakes have never been higher. As tensions rise, the creature seems to sense the danger approaching. It grows more agitated, and its psychic powers become stronger. It begins to lash out uncontrollably, as if trying to protect itself from the inevitable threat. Dr. Ford, who has developed a deep bond with the creature, tries to calm it, using her voice to soothe its fears. The creature responds to her words, but it's clear that time is running out. The HFY are not known for their patience, and their demands are becoming more urgent. The world is on the brink of war, and as the HFY's deadline approaches, Dr. Ford faces a difficult decision. Should she trust the creature, risking everything to protect it, or should she hand it over to the HFY to prevent total destruction? The weight of the world is on her shoulders, and the tension reaches a breaking point. Will humanity choose to fight for the creature's survival, or will they succumb to fear and hand it over to the cold, calculating aliens who have come to reclaim it? The stage is set for a conflict that will determine the future of both Earth and the creature that now calls it home. As the clock ticks down, the world holds its breath, and the fate of the alien pet hangs in the balance. As the deadline for the HFY ultimatum draws near, the world is on edge. Tensions reach a boiling point, and humanity braces itself for an all-out war against an alien force that has made it clear they will stop at nothing to reclaim the creature. The military is preparing for the worst. Fighter jets, warships, and defense systems are mobilized, and the world's governments are unified in their decision to take the fight to the HFY. The fate of the creature, and Earth itself, is now tied to the survival of humanity. It goes from being a feared alien force to becoming part of Earth's defense system, standing alongside humans as a protector and a symbol of the bond that can exist between species. This shift in perception mirrors the transformation within humanity itself. In the beginning, the humans are unsure, frightened, and hesitant. They view the creature as a threat, just as they initially viewed the HFY as invincible enemies. But as the battle progresses and the creature proves itself time and again, humanity begins to see it for what it truly is, a sentient being with feelings, desires, and a capacity for good. This change in perception is not easy. It requires sacrifice, struggle, and emotional turmoil. Key characters like Captain Bonner give their lives for the cause, but their sacrifices are not in vain. Their deaths remind humanity of the preciousness of life, the value of friendship and loyalty, and the importance of standing up for what is right, even when the odds seem insurmountable. In the end, the creature's victory becomes not just a physical one, but an emotional and philosophical triumph for humanity. The conclusion drives home the idea that understanding is a powerful tool, one that can bridge the gap between fear and acceptance. The humans who fought alongside the creature learned to see it as more than just an alien. They learned to see it as a friend, a partner in the fight for survival. And in doing so, they changed the course of history. The final scene, where the creature looks up at the stars, no longer alone or abandoned, symbolizes this newfound unity. It is no longer an outcast, no longer a tool for destruction. It is part of a new family, one that will protect Earth from future threats. At the same time, the conclusion is also a reflection on the concept of redemption. The creature was once abandoned by its creators, left to fend for itself in a world that viewed it with fear and distrust. But despite all of this, it found redemption not in its creators, but in the humans who chose to see beyond its initial appearance. In this, the story delivers a message about the importance of second chances, not just for the alien pet, but for all beings, no matter how different or misunderstood. As the story closes, we are reminded that humanity's greatest strength is not its weapons, its technology, or its power, but its compassion and its capacity to understand those who are different. The humans in this story do not defeat their enemies simply through force, they win because they choose to understand, to reach out, and to protect those in need. The alien pet, once feared, is now a symbol of the power of compassion, a reminder that even the most misunderstood beings have the potential for greatness. The story ends on a hopeful note, with the creature looking at the stars, its glowing eyes reflecting the promise of a brighter future. It is no longer alone in the vastness of space. It has found its place among humanity, a place where it is valued, respected, and loved. The camera pulls away slowly, showing the creature and Dr. Ford standing side by side. They are no longer divided by fear or difference. Instead, they stand united, ready to face whatever challenges may come, together. This final message leaves the audience with a powerful thought: the journey of understanding, compassion, and redemption is one that transcends boundaries, whether those boundaries are between species, races, or even worlds. The creature, once feared, has found a home on Earth, and through its journey, humanity has discovered that sometimes the greatest allies are the ones we least expect. The story encourages us all to look beyond the surface, to embrace what we don't understand, and to always remember that redemption is possible, no matter how impossible it may seem at first. The story opens with a deafening roar as an alien vessel crashes into a desolate, abandoned area on Earth. The once sleek and shining ship is now a twisted mess of metal and fire, smoke billowing into the air. The sound of the impact is bone-shaking, reverberating through the empty landscape. But as the dust clears, something far more terrifying emerges from the wreckage, something far worse than the ship itself. From the dark, crumpled remains of the ship, a strange, glowing creature stirs. It moves slowly, almost cautiously, as if it's just waking up from a long slumber. This isn't any normal animal. The creature resembles a bizarre combination of a reptile and a cephalopod, its skin shimmering in shifting colors, almost like liquid metal, with dark tendrils curling from its body. Its eyes glow with an eerie light, and there's an unsettling sense of intelligence in its gaze. The creature's psychic abilities begin to manifest as its tentacles move, creating ripples in the air around it, evidence of its strange, otherworldly power. The moment it steps out into the open, the creature's eerie appearance sends waves of panic through the surrounding areas. The global defense networks quickly pick up the signal, and Earth's military forces are deployed. The creature, abandoned by its creators, an ancient and technologically advanced alien race, has been left to wander the galaxy, its purpose unknown. The creators saw it as too dangerous, too unpredictable. It was cast aside, left to fend for itself, an experiment gone wrong. Now, it has found its way to Earth, but what does it want? As military drones begin to approach the area, their infrared scanners locking onto the creature, Earth's soldiers prepare for a confrontation. Everyone is on edge, thinking the worst. Is this creature a weapon of mass destruction? Will it turn hostile? The creature doesn't react violently, though. Instead of attacking, it does the unexpected, it seeks refuge. It runs, darting toward a nearby city. The military forces track its every movement, but instead of engaging in battle, the creature seems to avoid direct conflict. It's almost as though it's searching for something, perhaps safety, perhaps even a connection. It seems drawn to the humans, not as enemies, but as potential allies. Dr. Emily Ford, a young scientist specializing in extraterrestrial biology, is among the first to study the creature up close. She is sent to observe the alien being, as the government fears that if left unchecked, the creature could pose a grave threat. Armed with nothing more than a small team and her knowledge of alien lifeforms, Dr. Ford enters the city's outskirts. She sees the creature in the distance, its glowing eyes scanning the area, before it turns and stares right at her. For a moment, the world seems to stand still. Instead of charging toward her with aggressive intent, the creature pauses. There's a subtle change in its behavior. Dar. Ford notices a quiet sadness in its eyes, a longing for something. She feels an unexplainable tug in her chest, as if the creature isn't a monster, but a lost soul in need of help. It reminds her of a frightened animal, confused and in need of protection. She speaks softly to it, her voice calm, almost as if trying to reassure it. One of the military officers, who had been watching from a distance, reacts with fear, believing the creature is using some form of psychic manipulation to control Dr. Ford. He raises his weapon, aiming it at the creature. He's about to fire when Dr. Ford intervenes, rushing forward to shield the alien being. "No," she yells, her voice filled with both fear and determination. "Don't shoot it, it's scared, just like us." The officer hesitates, the tension thick in the air. The creature watches the scene unfold, its glowing eyes flickering as if weighing the situation. It doesn't seem to understand the fear it causes, but it certainly feels the growing hostility surrounding it. The moment stretches out. The officer reluctantly lowers his weapon, but the distrust is still palpable. Dr. Ford can't shake the feeling that there's more to this creature than meets the eye. It's not just a weapon, it's something else entirely. In the midst of this chaos, Dr. Ford becomes more determined than ever to protect the alien creature. She is certain that the creature is not a weapon of mass destruction, but rather a sentient being that has been wronged by its creators. She argues that the creature holds the key to humanity's survival, but few share her optimism. Most see it as a threat that could turn the tide of war against them. However, some soldiers, like Captain Bonner, a grizzled military veteran, begin to see the creature through Dr. Ford's eyes. A group of sympathetic soldiers, led by Bonner, agrees to join her cause and protect the creature at all costs. Just as the team begins to prepare for the creature's defense, the HFY make their first devastating move. From their massive motherships in orbit, they unleash a devastating orbital bombardment on Earth. Cities are obliterated in a matter of seconds, and millions of lives are lost. The skies light up with fire as massive energy beams tear through the atmosphere, turning the once bustling metropolises into craters of rubble and dust. The destruction is catastrophic, and humanity is forced into survival mode, scrambling to shelter and regroup. In the aftermath of the bombardment, Dr. Ford and her group of soldiers find themselves in the ruins of what was once a thriving city. They are left with nothing but the wreckage of their world and the daunting task of trying to protect the creature. The military is in disarray, but Dr. Ford remains resolute. She knows that the creature is their only hope. And, as it has done before, the creature's true potential begins to show itself in the most unexpected ways. As the military tries to regain control of the situation, the creature reveals its incredible psychic abilities. It can manipulate energy fields, creating shields that protect the humans around it from the oncoming HFY forces. The creature can also control machines, sending drones and robotic soldiers to assist in the defense of Earth. Its powers are unlike anything the humans have ever seen. But there is a catch: every time the creature uses its abilities, it expends vast amounts of energy, and the toll it takes on its fragile form is evident. The more it fights, the weaker it becomes, and Dr. Ford fears that one day, the creature's powers may not be enough. As the battle rages on, the creature and Dr. Ford realize that they cannot simply wait for the HFY to destroy everything. They must take the fight to the enemy and strike at the heart of the HFY fleet. The creature's abilities, though powerful, can't stop the onslaught of the alien invaders alone. They need to go on the offensive, before it's too late. Dr. Ford devises a daring plan. The creature will lead a strike team, made up of a mix of human soldiers and robots, on a covert mission to infiltrate the HFY mothership. The goal is simple: disable the alien command center, disrupt their fleet, and hopefully stop the bombardment. The mission will be dangerous, and they'll have only one shot at it. If they fail, the consequences will be catastrophic. The team's approach is risky, but the creature's abilities give them a fighting chance. Using its psychic powers, the creature generates a cloaking field that allows them to remain undetected as they board a small, stealthy spacecraft. With the help of a few military drones and robots, they manage to bypass the HFY defenses, moving unnoticed through the heart of the mothership. Once inside the ship, the team faces intense opposition. The HFY soldiers are elite warriors, far more advanced than any humans. The humans and robots must fight their way through heavily guarded corridors, engaging in brutal close-quarters combat. Explosions rip through the halls as they encounter armed patrols. Captain Bonner, Dr. Ford's closest military ally, leads the charge, using his combat experience to clear the way. The action is fast-paced and intense, with each narrow escape and heart-pounding moment keeping the audience on the edge of their seat. As the team reaches the central control room, they are confronted by the full might of the HFY forces. The battle becomes a desperate fight for survival. The creature's psychic abilities are put to the test, as it must use its powers to shield the team from incoming fire, disable enemy machines, and create distractions. But every time it exerts itself, it grows weaker. The more it uses its powers, the more energy it drains, leaving it vulnerable to attack. Dr. Ford, too, looks at the stars, reflecting on everything they've endured. The battle was brutal, and the cost was high, but she feels a sense of peace. The world may never be the same, but it is theirs to rebuild. And as she stands there beside the creature, she understands that their future is tied together. They are no longer enemies or strangers, they are a team, bound by a shared struggle and a newfound bond. The creature, once abandoned and feared, now looks at the stars with a new sense of hope. It is no longer alone, and it is no longer a weapon to be feared. It is a hero, and it has found its place in the world. Dr. Ford stands beside it, and together, they gaze into the vastness of space, knowing that whatever challenges lie ahead, they will face them together. The stars are no longer cold and distant. They are a symbol of the future they will protect. The journey is far from over, but for the first time, the creature knows it has a home, and with the humans by its side, it will always have a place in the universe. The war against the HFY has ended, and Earth has emerged victorious, but not without great sacrifice. The final moments of the story carry a bittersweet weight, as humanity comes to terms with the cost of survival. Dr. Emily Ford, standing alongside the creature that has come to be known as Earth's unexpected hero, gazes out at the peaceful sky. The air is calm now, free from the constant roar of battle and the oppressive tension that has gripped the planet for so long. Yet, the scars of war run deep, and the memory of those lost weighs heavily on everyone's hearts. Dr. Ford looks at the creature, this once feared alien that was abandoned by its creators, left to fend for itself on a foreign planet. Now, it is no longer the unknown force that humanity feared it to be. It is no longer a pet or a weapon to be exploited. Instead, the creature has become an ally, a protector, and a friend. It stands beside Dr. Ford, its glowing, shifting colors reflecting the warmth of the sun, its psychic abilities now fully understood and embraced. Where once humans saw a threat, they now see a companion. The creature has fought valiantly by their side, proving that it is capable of great loyalty, love, and sacrifice. The emotional weight of what the creature represents is not lost on Dr. Ford. She has watched it evolve from a strange and unpredictable being into a symbol of hope for humanity. Throughout the battle, she learned that it was not just an alien pet with strange abilities, it was a sentient being with its own thoughts, emotions, and desires. In their time together, she had learned to communicate with it on a deeper level, discovering the pain of abandonment that it had suffered. She realized that the creature, much like humanity, had longed for connection, for purpose, and for acceptance. Dr. Ford knows that the creature's journey is far from over. It has found a new home on Earth, and it has found a place among humans. No longer an outcast, it is now an integral part of Earth's future defense. The creature has not only saved humanity, it has also changed the way the world views itself. The boundaries between alien and human have blurred, and through this shared bond, both species have learned that survival is not just about strength or power, but about understanding, empathy, and unity. Despite the victory, there is still a lingering sadness in Dr. Ford's heart. She thinks of Captain Bonner and the other soldiers who sacrificed their lives for this moment. Their loss is felt deeply by all, and even though they have won the battle, it is a victory that comes at a high cost. Dr. Ford reflects on the conversations she had with Bonner, the moments of camaraderie they shared. Bonner had always believed that humanity's strength lay in its capacity for sacrifice and resilience. Now, with Bonner gone, it is up to Dr. Ford and the others to carry that legacy forward. The creature, too, seems to understand the weight of the loss. Its telepathic connection with Dr. Ford has grown stronger, and in its silent way, it shares the same sorrow. It knows the cost of their survival, and it mourns the loss of its human companions just as much as they mourn their own fallen comrades. In a quiet, intimate moment, the creature looks at Dr. Ford, as if to offer her comfort. It has proven itself to be more than just a creature of instinct and power, it has become a being capable of empathy, of understanding. As the confrontation escalates, the creature steps forward, its glowing form pulsating with power. In a stunning moment of realization, it taps into the full extent of its psychic abilities. The creature's powers surge, and in a breathtaking display of energy manipulation, it begins to reverse the devastation caused by the HFY orbital bombardment. The skies, once filled with fire and destruction, begin to clear as the creature draws on its vast, untapped energy reserves to heal the planet. It creates barriers of energy to shield the remaining humans, repairing the broken cities and restoring the hope that had been lost in the wake of the bombardment. As the creature fights to defend Earth, Dr. Ford watches in awe and disbelief. She never imagined that the creature could be capable of such feats. The pain and exhaustion it has endured throughout the battle seem to vanish in this moment of pure selflessness. In a sense, the creature has proven that it is not a weapon to be feared, but a being with the potential to save and protect. It is the very embodiment of what humanity can aspire to, a creature capable of love, loyalty, and sacrifice, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. But there is a catch. Every time the creature uses its abilities, it drains its own life force, and this final act of defiance against the HFY comes at a great cost. The creature's energy reserves are rapidly depleting, and it struggles to maintain its psychic abilities as the HFY push forward with their counterattack. The leader, unwilling to concede defeat, orders his fleet to fire upon the creature, intending to destroy it once and for all. As the final battle unfolds, the humans and the creature join forces in a climactic struggle for survival. The HFY fleet is relentless, but the bond between Dr. Ford and the creature, strengthened by their shared sacrifices and losses, becomes a symbol of hope. The humans and their alien ally stand united against the overwhelming power of the invaders. In the most intense moment of the battle, Dr. Ford and the creature make their final stand, knowing that the fate of Earth rests in their hands. The final showdown is a breathtaking combination of visual spectacle and emotional depth. Explosions light up the sky, and the energy from the creature's psychic abilities clashes with the HFY's advanced weaponry. Humans fight side by side with their alien ally, using every weapon at their disposal to push the invaders back. The creature creates protective shields, disabling enemy ships, and using its psychic energy to destroy key targets in the HFY fleet. But it is clear that the creature is nearing the end of its strength. As its glowing form begins to flicker, Dr. Ford desperately tries to save it, using every resource she has left to keep it alive. In one final, heroic act, the creature unleashes its full power in a devastating blast that obliterates the HFY mothership. The explosion is massive, and the force of it sends shockwaves through the battlefield. The HFY fleet is decimated, their ships falling from the sky in a fiery blaze. As the dust settles, the humans stand victorious, but at a terrible cost. The creature, having given its all, collapses into Dr. Ford's arms, its once glowing form now dim and weak. In a moment of heartbreaking vulnerability, the creature looks at Dr. Ford, and for the first time, its eyes show something more than pain, it shows gratitude. The creature has not only saved humanity, but it has also shown that it is more than a weapon, more than an alien pet. It is a friend, a protector, and a hero. Dr. Ford, tears in her eyes, holds the creature as its light fades. She whispers a final goodbye, knowing that the creature's sacrifice will never be forgotten. The battle is won, but the emotional toll is immense. Earth is safe, but the cost of that victory weighs heavily on the survivors. The bond between humans and their alien protector will live on in their memories, a symbol of the sacrifices made for the survival of a world once on the brink of destruction. The final moments of the battle are filled with tension and desperation as the HFY push forward, determined to destroy the remaining human forces and reclaim their failed creation. But the creature, weakened yet unwavering, taps into its vast psychic abilities one last time. With the help of the human forces, who fight with everything they have left, they finally manage to push back the invaders. The air crackles with energy as the creature unleashes a devastating psychic wave, a force so powerful that it shatters the HFY's most advanced weaponry and leaves their fleet vulnerable. The HFY leader, seeing that his forces are crumbling, orders a retreat.